Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it, as always. I was a better crowd than I was anticipating, which was nice to see for a snowy day at 3 p.m. So I am incredibly proud of our team. I think anytime you can win in the Pac-12, it's a good day in this conference, and a lot of respect for Colorado. They play hard. They run their stuff. They're very well coached. And I thought, we just did a lot of, the first quarter was back and forth. It took us about, 6-7 minutes to kind of wake up or play at the tempo with the intensity that we normally do. But from there, other than a little to finish the third quarter, we kind of lacked a little bit of intensity. Other than that, I thought we did a good job. They went to the free throw line a lot. So we got to clean that up. That's too many free throws to give. But I thought our defense on the perimeter was very, very good. They're, top 15 team in the country at three-point percentage. We held them to 3 for 14. Our guards were flying around. Kennedy did a tremendous job on Foreman. She didn't hit a three, and she was rushed all game. And then I think Quay Millers is a talent for Colorado. Jenna took 3 charges on her, and, as a player, you get charges called on you, it makes you more tentative. So I thought those are little things in games that add up to big wins. So proud of everybody. G and Peely were both incredibly efficient and with their numbers and just a great team win. Anytime, like I said, you win in this league, it's a big deal. You win by 27, it's a good day. So yeah.
Lynn, I'm curious because last year starting conference, it took you guys a while to get going. What was the significance of winning your opener to try and build that momentum? Does that make this win maybe even a little bit bigger than just one win today?
Absolutely. And last year in this game, they beat us. When we kind of came out and we talked about that quite a bit of how last year we didn't have we weren't Pac-12 intense ready. And the start of the game, I thought, oh boy, here we go again. But we figured it out and they got going. And we're tough to stop scoring. With our ability to score, I think it always kind of gives you some confidence. But yeah, I think winning the first one is really important. I think we started 1-3 last year, or 1-4 in conference, and then finished the right way. But you always want to start 1-0. It's better.
Seemed like Colorado was really pushing you guys around, and that you maybe hadn't really faced anyone that could be as physical as you guys were. Do you think that was kind of
yes.
part of the slow start?
Yeah, it could be. And I warned them that this was coming. I wore a football helmet into film yesterday, and I've been carrying around the football helmet because that's when you play Colorado, they're physical and they're physically tough, and that's how they play, to their credit. And so, probably some of that. I think the Ole Miss, when we played them, and Alabama, they were both pretty physical and really athletic. So, thankfully we played those guys. That's why we schedule them to get, ready, so it's not such a shock when you play a team like that.
Alyssa, you led the team in scoring again. Are you starting to feel like you're finding your groove with this team?
Yes, definitely. I mean, Coach Lynn puts me in such a good position to just score and play at my best, and I think she just knows my game really well to where it's to my advantage and to the team's advantage. So, yeah.
A little bit of Alyssa along those lines. Obviously, it's a conference you're very familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
When you go into this now game 1 of conference play, did it feel a little bit more like, I guess, comfort zone? It's like, hey, I've done this just like everyone else, regardless of the uniform.
Yeah, I mean, I've played 3 years in the Pac-12, and you get kind of familiar with the teams, and yeah, I mean, I knew how the first game of Pac-12 goes. It's always a lot more. It's always tough for some reason. Just playing in this conference alone, it's a lot faster, and today they were very physical. So, to answer your question, kind of, yes.
Lynn, what has you watch her play? There's obviously incredible talent, but what has she added to this team so far this year? That's been a big part of the 9-0 start, Alyssa.
Well, I think just the physicality down low, and I think having somebody that is just so efficient in her scoring. I mean, she's leading the country in points per shot attempt, number 1 in the Pac-12 in field goal percentage. And everybody knows how good Gianna is and how good Kennedy is and Jenna in terms of how they can shoot, put the ball on the floor. So everybody's kind of keying on them, and it's opening up the key. And so it's nice to have somebody that is, pretty automatic. If it's one-on-one, it's pretty automatic. And then if they want to double, then, she's a great passer. So I think it's taken some pressure off of our shooting a little bit. And just that presence, and you mentioned it, or you asked about it, but the experience piece too. So while she hasn't played that many games in the Utah uniform, she's played a lot at a high level, and that there's no better teacher than that.
Does it feel, as you start this conference play, based on your 8-0 start, you guys are ranked 13th, as the highest ranking in almost 15 years, does it feel like today there was a little bit of added pressure on this Utes program? And is that a good thing that you have that as a program?
I don't buy into the pressure thing. I have expectations for myself and for this program that are probably more than outside, So I didn't feel that way. This team is incredibly even-keeled. They don't get too high or too low. We've had some great wins, and they just are kind of taking off their shoes like, yeah, that's what we do. It's a good thing. So no, I don't feel pressure, and it's a long season. Like, winning today doesn't make or break our season, just as losing today wouldn't have done it either. So maybe it should feel a little more pressure, but I just don't. I have a lot of confidence in these guys too. So if they're playing as hard as they can and they're engaged and locked in, then I like our chances against anybody.
Gianna, you had a breakout season last year, and it looks like you're set to have another great season this year. What are some things that maybe feel a little more comfortable to you heading into this season?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of talked about it, but just experience, I feel a little bit more comfortable out there. And I think, like, any freshman going in is kind of a little bit like, oh, like, how do I belong? Like, what am I good at? So just having that experience and then keep working hard and finding things that I can get better at. And with Alyssa inside and all of our strong posts, Jenna and Kelsey inside, it like makes my job a lot easier because they sink in and then they can just kick out to me, or if they collapse on me, I can kick it to them. So just kind of building off of last year and finding ways to be better.
Lynn, we've talked before about you kind of looking towards Utah Gymnastics as a model for how to get more fan involvement with women's sports. Today I noticed that Liz Abel, Dr. Chris Hill, and Megan Marsden were in the stands. What does it mean having people that kind of helped orchestrate growing that brand here supporting you?
I love it, and I think that's what makes Utah special. And the University of Utah, I think it's about family, it's about people, and that is the culture of who this place is, what this place is. No matter if I'm the head coach or somebody else, or Chris Hill's the AD or Mark Harlan, like, it's just that family unit. And Megan is, I mean, what they've done and they're continuing to do with gymnastics has been the blueprint that we're trying to get. But that's why I love being at Utah. It's just the family atmosphere and the people that, whether they're quote-unquote working here anymore or not, they still bleed red. And I think that's what makes this place unique and special.
Gianna, I'm curious, last year with the Pac-12 tournament success, you got the NCAA success, getting that win. Do you think that has springboarded this strong start to the season from a confidence standpoint?
Yeah, I'd say for sure. And just like knowing what it takes to get there is a big thing. And knowing that we all have to buy into that. And now we have expectations and we want to get back and do better than we did last year. We don't want to just stay where we were at. So just knowing what it takes is the biggest thing.
Anything else? All right.
Again, thank you guys for being here. You guys are awesome. Appreciate it.
Thank you.